It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the New York Giants and the Cincinnati Bengals. And it comes your way next.
Banked by the Ohio River and the city's abundance of hills, we're at Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Welcome, everybody, to the booth. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Ewart for this game. And Brock, as a former quarterback, I know your focus is on the offensive side of the ball ahead of this kickoff.
Yeah, these two offenses are so fun to watch because the best offenses in this league, Kate, they're about trust. And it just pops out. When you study them during the week on the game film, you just see it. They trust one another. That's head coach, that's coordinator, that's play caller, that's to the quarterback, and then certainly the 11 on the field. Both these groups are getting it done.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And away we go in Cincinnati. Gray now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. They'll be led out by this promising young signal caller. Already a starter in his first season out of Ole Miss.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
Play action on first down. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Could not beat the defender there. So that brings up second down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
2nd and 10 now. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him at the 38. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
The Giants ready to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And he made sure to angle that one toward the sideline. It bounces inside the 20 and jumps out at the 13. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Micah McFadden able to make the play. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the 18 on 2nd down. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. This finds all complete. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Brian Burns coming up with the stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. Burrow from the gun. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down, Burrow to throw. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, a give to Brown. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Burrow out of the shotgun. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Burrow. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Burrow to the air now. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Now on 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. This will be from 52 yards. Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Connects with Jaxson. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Throwing from the gun here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Gray now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants offense all set to get started. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. To throw here on first down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Here's a throw. And they're going to tag a defender with this one. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that first down. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. They'll throw on first. Neighbors with a catch. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All set up now for 1st and 10. It's Tracy on the carry. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Throwing now from the gun. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. The right call came in at the right time. Give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Second quarter about to get underway, and an opportunity to score here for the Giants. They go right back to Tracy, and he's brought down after a decent gain. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
Back to throw, needs the end zone. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
I'm going to guess a little deal was cut there by these pass rushers in the huddle. You guys in the secondary, just buy us a little time. We don't need perfect coverage. Just tighten things up so we can get home, and boy, did they ever in a big moment.
The Bengals all set to go for their 2nd drive. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Burrow. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Brown on the inside give. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tyler Newbin with the tackle.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Burrow. That's complete to Gesicki outright. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Play action now, Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Pickup of 2 here. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the 2 keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. To throw again, it's Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Looking slant route, complete. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going. And when it does, well, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
Has it down close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
McPherson to add the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now here comes the New York offense. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Dax Hill up for the stop.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. He fields it cleanly. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bengals and Jamar Chase about to take over on offense once again. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Burrow out of the shotgun. Completes this one to Chase. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bengals looking for a score before halftime. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 38. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he'll be at midfield here as he gets out of bounds. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Burrow back to throw. Hauled in left side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, Burrow to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Burrow from the gun. Buys time, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. So a really tough spot here. This is third and a country mile. They'll try it right with Brown. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. They mark him short there, and the run gains nothing. It's fourth down.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force fourth and long.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. We've hit halftime here in Cincinnati. The Bengals carrying a lead into the locker room. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bengals got a strong performance in that first half by Joey B., their quarterback, Joe Burrow. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Gano ready to send this away. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here comes the Cincinnati offense for the first drive of our second half. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow finds his man Chase. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Burrow. Higgins makes the catch. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants' side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead, it's Brown. He breaks a tackle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
A run with Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Burrow to the air now. Short pass brought in. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing is Burrow. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Has it in close. Touchdown, Cincinnati. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the champ for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals stretch their lead to 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Setting up a throw. He lofts it deep left. Brought in inside the 20. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. A handoff to Tracy. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's Tracy once more. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Giants start the 2nd half with some needed points. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock, and how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle, well, it can mean a touchdown.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants get it back to a 14-point game. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here's Jones. Return's looking good so far. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Brown on the carry. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Burrow setting to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now Burrow. Finds him over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Slot man motioned over. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. That's complete. Here's Brown.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Second down now, 7 to go. To throw again, it's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. And the Giants are too much. They take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
On third down, here's Burrow. Rolling, and they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
Boy, this defensive crew is locked in that O-line's head. They are a-spinning. Back-to-back sacks has this offense on skates, and those blockers can't figure out where this rush is coming from next.
So out now comes the punter. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. They're out and set, first and 10. This is Tracy. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the fourth. Second down now, 7 to go. Pass play coming here. He finds Jaxson. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Running this with Tracy. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go play action here. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Putting the tight end in motion. Connects with Johnson. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
They run. Here's Tracy. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Gets this to Johnson. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Now they send their back in motion right. Neighbors with a catch. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Play action on first down. Into the hands of Neighbors. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Tracy. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Working quickly here. Desperation time here on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning left. First down, Burrow to throw. Getting out to his left. He can run it. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's tackled for a short gain. 3 yards to pick up that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Bengals feeling good with a 14-point advantage. One of the tight ends in motion left. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Brown again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Burrow setting up the play action. Has a man, it's Brown. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
2nd down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. On the handoff, this is Brown. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.